Alrighty then, what is up everybody? Do me a favor and hit me with the 3-hit combo, and you just smash the like button like Ryu, spear the subscribe button like Scorpion, and kick the notification bell like Kazuya for another brand new Mortal Kombat 1 video. It's me, J-Rod, the filmmaker and former filmmaker, frequent fighting gamer from Philadelphia, and we're back with another video, which is actually going to be very different than any of the videos we've done in the past, but not too different, you know, because I do a lot of gameplay videos. I do a lot of film and TV review videos. This is going to be more of a game review, I guess. And it's maybe you could consider this overdue, or maybe you could consider this too early. But we're going to talk about Mortal Kombat 1 from a performance standpoint, from a quality of life and how am I enjoying it standpoint. We're going to basically review Mortal Kombat 1 after 1 month. We're going to talk about the good, the bad. We're going to take it all and see what we have with this game. Now, you guys have probably seen I make a lot of Mortal Kombat videos. Even before Mortal Kombat 1 came out, I made a lot of Mortal Kombat 11 videos. I made a couple classic Mortal Kombat videos, some videos playing 9 and X. And also, I played Injustice. Injustice 1 and 2 is really what got me into fighting games, what got me into NRS fighting games. So I have a couple videos there as well. And, you know, I'm still just a casual player, man. I just play these games because I love them. I think they're fun. I really love fighting games. It has become my favorite genre of all, which is why I do things like New Main Alert and New Game Alert, where we just play fighting games all the time. And I find new fighting games and learn how to play those. But yeah, I gotta credit my love of fighting games to fighting games like Mortal Kombat and Injustice, because they are my favorite ones. And this one was so highly anticipated. You know, there was a huge rollout. There was a bunch of reveals. There was a bunch of hype. And now we've had it for over a month. I can't believe it's already been over a month since this game is out. So I think now I can actually finally give you guys an idea of how I feel about the entire game, from one end to the other end, as a casual player, but also just as a consumer who spent money on this game, a lot of money. We'll probably talk about that later. But as also, I'm a viewer. You know, I also love to watch tournaments of this game. I was watching one yesterday. Destroyer, his Champions of the Realm tournament series, came back for its first time in Mortal Kombat 1. And I'm just very excited about, I mean, obviously we just had ECT, the first pro competition major offline tournament for this. If you haven't seen it, I did a watch party live stream of top 8, as well as another watch party live stream of the Florida x Texas versus Tri-State regional battle. So go check those out if you haven't. But it was insanely hype, and while there was a lot of Cyrax, there was a lot of Baraka, there was a lot of Johnny Cage. When you look at pools to top 8, every single character in the roster was represented at this tournament. Even the more obscure characters like Shijinky Dink was there, and he was playing Shijinko, his namesake cameo. There was also people playing Sindel, even though Sindel had like an infinite. So it's like, even if a player or a character isn't the most tournament viable in this game, it seems like they are still viable enough to play, as long as you have the right cameo and the right game plan. But we're not going to talk about other people's experience with the game. We're going to probably talk later about the professional experience and the viewer experience, but I'm going to talk about my own personal experience with the game today, and that's what we're going to get into. I just want to start off with an disclaimer. These are my thoughts and my thoughts alone. I can't make a video about your thoughts because I'm not you. You know, I'm me. So if we have a difference of opinion, that's perfectly fine. You're allowed to say that you feel differently about a certain thing, but don't expect for me to regurgitate your thoughts, because I mean, you're you, you know, different strokes for different folks. And I'm not going to talk much about balance changes because, to be honest, I'm not the best person to talk about that. Like I said, I'm casual. And also, we just got a balance patch, so it's going to take a little bit of time to figure out if balance right now is good, which I think it seems good. So, you know, we just got to give it more time to really see. All right, but I think without further ado, we can get into it and actually have the game up, you know, just to make this a bit more visual, a bit more interesting. I can show you guys what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. All right, so we're going to start off talking about training mode. And of course, I think the biggest problem with training mode actually just recently got fixed, which was not being able to tag combos when you're in training mode. So they just changed that, so now you can tag combos in if you're like me and you will forget your combos. That has been enabled, and that's really good. That's who I picked, just an example. All right, so I think that training mode is perfectly fine. I think it has mostly everything that you would expect from it. It didn't have combo tagging in the beginning, so now that that's fixed, I think it's a lot more of a fully functional, well-rounded training mode. But because it seems fully functional, doesn't mean there aren't still some things that can be improved. All right, so one thing that I think that they could change about training mode is having some character-specific practice settings. Like, obviously, when you go into your practice settings, you get pretty general stuff. Like, you can choose if you want to reset in the corner of the screen as opposed to the center of the screen. I use that a lot. You can choose the distance you want to reset, which I usually don't use that, but that's good to know. Which side you want to start on, left or right. Your health percentage, if you want to practice your fatal blow combos. Your opponent's health percentage, your super meter, and you can also choose if it's full, if it refills, different actions for it. Now, as well as your cameo gauge, which is huge, and that'll help. But there's some other things, like if you're using a character like Geras, who has a very specific thing like his clock. So Geras has to load 3 of these in order to get access to something like his snap or his break. You load 3 of them right away just by enhancing it, and then boom. The thing about it is I wish there was just a feature, a toggle I could check in the practice mode so that I have the 3 clocks loaded. Because say, this is something I've run into. It's very easy to set it up when you have the bar. But if I want to do a 1 bar clock, 1 bar snap combo, like I usually do, I can't unless I have it set to refill meter gauge. But I could if with just 1 bar, because it technically is a 1 bar combo, because in the game I will find ways to set the clock up without using the bar. In practice mode, I'm forced to use the bar to save time. If there was an option to just have the 3 clocks every time I reset, then I could just practice my normal 1 bar combos with 1 bar with the clocks set already ahead of time. Obviously, it's not a huge thing, but if, like, I use 2 characters that have specific character behaviors. So I'm used to, I have to keep setting it up every time. It can get repetitive and it can get old. There are a lot of features in this game, like the meter refill and like these settings here, that are just made so that you can practice what you want to practice faster. This would be a way that Geras and other characters can practice stuff faster. Another character, like I said, I use 2 characters that have this problem, is Kenshi. Sometimes I want to practice straight Sento combos, and sometimes I want to practice Sento sandwich combos. It would be really cool if, I mean, I've just gotten used to setting it up the same way I would like this. See, I dropped the combo, but that's not even what I hit. So there is still a bit of like input issues, because to do that move, it's down back. It's down back 2 meter burn, but I hit down back 4. You can see the 4 in my button log. Basically, I've had to separate my practice, and like if I want to practice sandwich stuff, then I just go straight into sandwich and practice sandwich stuff. If I want to practice combos where me and Centaur are both on the same side, then I'll practice those separately. But I would like to just have options that are like, boom, Sento's here, boom, Sento's there. And then it'll be a lot easier to practice combos and different situations with Kenshi. Not that it's hard or anything, but it's time consuming when you have to set it up exactly how you want it every single time just to start the practice. And Sento, his meter is going to drain off of the cameo meter. You have a limited amount of time to even practice the things you want to practice. It would be nice if I could just press a button and it'll put me right into the optimal situation, and then I can practice that optimal situation. See, like I'm so rusty with Kenshi. I can't even get the normal like D&Bs that I'm used to getting. It would be cool to get intro dialogues before you go into training mode, because you could skip them if you want, but well, actually no, you can't skip the intro dialogues because they're on the loading screen. But it seems like there's not a lot of uses of the intro dialogues in the game, because you don't always get them in towers, you don't always get them in Combat League. So another way to get those intro dialogues out there, it wouldn't hurt. I think it would actually help the game a lot. That is basically all I have for training mode. Alright, so this is a problem that I saw at ECT. There was a mirror match between two Johnny Cage players, and they were wearing basically the exact same skin with a different color pants, and it was hard to determine which one was which. That's because if you have random gear enabled for a character, I have that enabled for a couple characters like Geras and Scorpion. So if I enable random gear for Geras, it'll actually on random favorites. So it'll pick from my favorite gear and pick a random one out of my favorites and give Geras that gear. But the problem is, if it's a mirror match, if my opponent was to pick the exact same character, let's switch to CPU and go to Geras, it'll give you the same skin and then have to choose the alternate color because it gave you the same skin. So instead of it doing a random gear roll each time, it's like one random gear roll per character select, and if you pick the same character, they're using that same random gear roll. That's kind of stupid, because it would be a lot better to randomize it again, and that would increase the chances of these two gears as having completely different skins on. Like, look, if I go back, I'll just click this just to refresh it, and then we'll go back into local. It'll randomize Geras' gear again based on my favorites. I have this enabled for a couple characters like Kenshi, Scorpion. So now it's using his gold default skin that you get on the character mastery thing. So let's select it. But then if I go CPU, pick Geras again, same skin, alternate color. So then if I go to, like I said, I have it selected for a couple characters. Kenshi, he has this cool samurai skin on. The last time I was in character select, you saw he had on his golden skin. But instead of letting the CPU get the golden skin, they have the same skin on with the alternate colors. It's usually not a problem because of the alternate color thing, but some skins, like Johnny Cage's skin that he was wearing, which was, it was this one, the default, but it was his like gray shirt or black shirt, gray pants. Those two are very similar because it was like black shirt, light gray pants, black shirt, dark gray pants. That's not enough of a differentiation to, you know, even if it was enough of a differentiation, even if you find a skin, but even if you find a skin like Scorpion's, and then the Scorpion, let's say that the alternate for this actually is a lot different, it would still be more visually interesting for the two characters to be wearing two different skins because they're two different characters. And it's just better for like clarity of the match. It's better for diversity. It's just better visually because you get to see more skins. And what's the point of randomizing the skins if they don't end up being actually randomized in the first place? I also don't know, like, I think the tournament, I don't know if everyone had to use defaults or if they were just using the random gear in tournament settings. But that really works for some characters. Like Raiko has really good gear and skins, and like Havoc has really good skins and gear. But then if you're using two default Johnny Cage skins, you see how that can become a problem, especially when Johnny Cage has really cool skins like this. So yeah, that's the point I want to make, and the solution is actually really simple. Just when you select a character and you get that random gear roll, the opponent should have a separate random gear roll. So then this could still happen, but it's less likely to happen because it'll just randomize and pick from all the other skins that it could use. So that's really it for that one. Obviously, it's not a huge problem, but it's also not a hard solution either. Like, it seems like something that'd be easy to fix. Invasions mode. A lot of people are really torn on invasions mode, and while I like invasions mode, I do see a lot of the problems with invasion mode. So like everything I like about it has like a caveat of I like it, but now I think that I have completed everything in invasions mode, but there's no way to tell. That's one of my biggest problems, is I have no idea if I'm done all the mesas. Now with the last patch, you see how it says complete over top of the thing. So now there is a bit more of an indication, so when you cross over a node, you know if you beat it or not. But there's still no indication, did I beat all the nodes on this map or not? Like, how close am I? Stuff like that would be really helpful. But I got a couple points about invasion modes. I do like invasion modes, but I don't love it yet. And I'm not that angry about it because it is a seasonal thing that can be updated, and you can add things to it. It can be buffed up over time, and it's not like a static thing like the crypt where when it's done, it's done. But yeah, basically my points are one thing I like about it is the rate you get XP. It's really fast and rewarding to get XP in invasions mode. I mean, I could show you right here how fast it really is to get XP. This is the node I use for grinding. So if you want to know how I like to grind in invasions mode, I go to this node, I increase my strength all the way up, and then you got to try to get a flawless victory brutality. See who's walking towards me out of stop. Oh, you can also see the lag that comes. You want to go for flawless victory brutality. This will give you the max amount of XP that you can get in one fight, and you get it instantly because it's one fight, and then you move on to the next node. So if I go to XP breakdown, in my research, in my grinding, that is max XP you can get in all three of the categories for fighter, the victory, finisher, and other. That's it. So you just do that over and over and over again, and you grind up your characters. That's how I've gotten like 4 or 5 characters to max mastery, and like probably 6 to 7 cameos to max mastery at this point. So it's not hard. It's not hard to grind, and I like that. If you just want to go in there and increase your stats and mash, you can still get everything that your mastery tower thing, what do you call it? Your mastery chart, your mastery battle pass. I know people don't want to hear that, but your little mastery thing, you can get all that just by doing this. All right, so the characters I have mastered are obviously my mains, Kenshi and Geras. Then after that, I got Ashra. I got General Shao's Chicken. And I got Raiden. Boom. I think that's it. Right now I'm doing Scorpion, so that's how far I am on Scorpion. But like I said, I like moving around the maps, and that's why I really like invasion mode. But I get that it's not free roam, and it also doesn't feel like I live in this environment. It just feels like I am not even traversing it. It feels like I'm moving a piece. I'm moving a chess piece around it, right? So it's less of an immersive experience than I thought it would be. And one way they can fix this is with mesas that don't actually do anything, and the whole point is that you can just walk around and live in them, the same way that like Street Fighter 6 World Tour has their big maps. They have Metro City and the Shaw, but then they also have these little tiny diorama maps where literally the only things you do is walk around and talk to characters. You can fight characters and buy stuff there too. But I think if there was like a Cage Mansion map like that had some free roam and there was literally nothing to do but chill, I would love that so much. I would literally stay there and live in it. Doesn't even have to be like an online hub. It doesn't have to be some sort of multiplayer mode you can make money off of. I just want to hang out at Johnny Cage's mansion with whatever character I choose. That is really what I was looking for with this mode, and it misses the mark in that regard. But it's for something completely different. It's for grinding your characters and unlocking things. So I get why we can't just chill in here. But hey, why can't we do both is my point. And then I guess looking at invasions mode as a whole, it didn't take long for me to complete it at all, so I don't consider it too much of a grind. But like I said, I don't even know if I'm fully completed it yet. I did the Scorpion boss. I've unlocked all of the nether stone areas that I know about, all of the ornate chests that I know about. But sometimes you literally just missed a path. Like there might be a path somewhere that I completely just didn't see. Because I found a path in a couple maps. I was like, damn, how did I miss this? But there's no way to know if I'm completed it, so yeah, maybe change that. But that's all I really had to say about invasions mode. In this game, there are 2 different types of stores, and there are like 5 different types of currency. It's kind of annoying, the currency thing. The store thing, all right, so here are the 2 types of stores basically. The premium items and the seasonal items. Let's start off with the seasonal items. Now the seasonal items are going to be items that are themed to whatever season of Combat League and Invasions mode is going on. This is the season of the Spectre. The theme is like fire, so every single character on the roster has these fire skins. All of them. Fire theme. They're all similar colors because they're all going for the fire theme. Also in here you have gear. Now there's a bunch of stuff in here. At least 4. I think the lowest is 4 items per character. But if you go to a character like the Scorpion, up to 9 items per character. Every single thing in here is free. This is all unlocked with the seasonal coins. As you can see, my seasonal coins are right above the characters. right above Kenshi here, and I have like $500,000 or almost 500,000 coins because I bought everything. I grabbed everything in here, and while I was being precious in the beginning and I was like, I'll only get stuff for the characters I like, I had so many coins, I was like, oh, I guess you just buy everything. And so that's what I did. I bought everything. So this is free stuff. The skins also look really nice. Like some of them, this skin, I think is amazing. You can also get different, like if you're only getting default Scorpion skins, you can buy this skin and then you'll instantly have a new skin that you can get pallets for Scorpion. Similar, like you got Raiden's default, but then you also got skins like this. But then if you go down here, you also get these skins that give him tattoos and have all these different type of flame markings. Really cool idea, and this is all free, so I can't actually complain about it at all. I couldn't see what anyone would complain about this shop for. It's a bunch of free stuff. It is like 4 to 5 items per character, and basically it solves the problem of when you get a new Combat League season and you're like, well, why didn't they give a Season of Time skin to Geras, and why didn't they give a Season of Blood skin to Scarlet? Now every character gets skins in the new seasons, even if it's not in Combat League, which this is better than Combat League because it's easier to unlock for people who are like me, who like to play casual and like to play offline modes. You can get it without going online. If you like to play online, you can still get it while going online because you get these coins regardless of what type of game you like to play. So I have nothing bad to say about this, except I don't think everyone knows how to get here. I think when you go from the menu, everyone doesn't see down in the corner press store, or even if they do, they assume that they're going to go to the premium shop and have to spend money, and so they don't go there. But everything here is free, so maybe some sort of indication to people that there are 4 free skins or gear items for every single character that you can get, and you probably have enough coins to start getting stuff now. Now let's go to the other store, because this is where it gets a little more divisive, because this is the premium shop with premium items, but you can still get this stuff for free. I have not bought any dragon crystals. All the dragon crystals I have either came from the fact that I got the premium edition, which this on console is not the premium edition, but I got it on PC and there's cross progression, so I think that those dragon crystals were on both accounts. And then the rest of the dragon crystals I got were from leveling up either my characters or my profile level. That's also, well, that's max as well, because you get a lot of profile XP from the way I was grinding in the invasions mode. So just from playing the game, I have gotten enough to buy this entire bundle. I bought the Sub-Zero one when it first came out, but then I just got the other two. And I also have the one for Scorpion. So my thing is, I've seen all the complaints about the store. The biggest complaint is that there shouldn't be a store considering the game costs $70. But I actually have to push back against that. There should be a store because a lot of the items you can get for free. Now maybe they should expand that and give you more dragon crystals. I personally think they should increase the profile level cap so that I can get more dragon crystals that way. But to say they shouldn't have a store doesn't mean that they're going to give you all this stuff for free just because they don't have a store, you know. This is their way of giving you this stuff for free, but you have to work for it. So that's the choice it comes down to. If you can pay for the stuff if you don't want to work for it, and you can work for the stuff if you don't want to pay for it. But the third option that a lot of people want doesn't exist. And I'm sorry, but you got to get over it. They're not going to stop monetizing the game. They're not going to go backwards and say, you know how we found a way to make a lot of money? We're going to not do that this time. I know you want them to, but they're not going to do that. This is a corporation. This is a company owned by a bigger company owned by a bigger company. They're not going to do that. And I think that the way the compromise that they found with this is really good. But if you are finding that you think that this stuff costs too much and you think that they're being too greedy, my advice to you, and my advice will always be, don't buy it. Just don't buy it. It's literally costumes and trinkets for fictional characters. Like, as much as I love the game and I love this stuff and I think this skin looks amazing, if I had to pay real money, I wouldn't have bought it. I just wouldn't have. It's that simple. It is that easy. I wish more people would just take accountability that, you know, your finances are up to you. If you don't want to spend all this money on Fortnite battle pass and skins for games, don't do it. You don't have to. You still get all of the characters. You still get all of the gameplay. You're not at any advantage with the skins. It just looks cool. So that's my final thought on the stores. I personally love the way that they did the stores. I get the complaints, but I'm telling you guys, you got two options: grind it or don't buy it, and either one is fine. All right. That's the part where I think it gets a little divisive, but I'll try to bring you guys back. What's next? But the shrine, I feel the same way as I do about the other stores. It is free rewards for free currency. You can't even really do anything with the normal coins except for the shrine. So if you have coins, my suggestion is to use the shrine until it's completely full. Now, having the shrine completely be done and completed for a season does seem weird, and people are like, what the hell? But I'm excited for whatever new rewards are coming back next season. And this is good to me because now I know that the shrine is something that I can complete on a seasonal basis. And regardless of how many seasonal rewards we get, I can get enough coins to get everything and to have it all. And I love everything free that they put in the game. I'll try to grind for everything free that they put in the game so I can really see, oh, no, this is enough, or no, this is not enough. I want to get everything that, is free. And so that's what I'm grinding for. That's what I'm going for. I don't play a lot of online. Honestly, the only times I played online so far is when I was making videos. So you can see me playing online in those videos. But one thing that bugged me when I played online, when you're in Combat League, the top option after you win a set, which a set is already really long, you got to get 3 matches to win. The top option is friendly rematch. And nobody wants that to be the top option because the top option is usually the thing that you hit because you're mashing to get out of there. So if I played a super sweaty match against this laggy dude in KL who was doing stupid stuff, and he got over on me twice with the stupid stuff, but then I mounted up a comeback and we played 5 entire games to determine the set. If I accidentally hit friendly rematch and he does too, either accidentally or not, we got to go back into another game, which is extremely annoying. I don't know why. I don't know why they wanted that to happen, but it's bad. It's terrible. And honestly, Combat League is a little more fun and tolerable, but it can still be very draining. And I think that for some reason, that friendly rematch at the top just makes it a little bit more draining. So just move that down. It could be the second option. It could be the third or fourth option. I don't care. But the top option is crazy. The top option should be go back to menu, take a break, take a nap, go touch grass. That should be the top option. But that's basically all I had to say about, except for also, they've been making strides in the stability of the game, the online stability, the King of the Hill stability. And it's gotten better, but it still needs a bit of work. Okay, so there still needs to be some online stability, and what needs to get buffed is the ability to invite people into King of the Hills and lobbies and rooms. They don't have rooms. That needs to get added. Anything that makes tournament organizing easier, because as someone who just watches tournaments, I don't organize them and I don't participate in them because I'm casual as hell, like I said. But it has been kind of hard for the tournament organizers that stuff just isn't working. Invites aren't working. Lobbies aren't working. Hosting isn't working. There's a lot of crashes and bugs and glitches that make the entire tournaments and things last longer and a lot more bullshit to deal with and a lot less just playing the game and enjoying it. So definitely some more strides need to be had towards just overall stability. This is just something that could be cool, and it's not required. It's not a huge deal or anything. But photo mode. You got photo mode so that when I pick a really cool skin for my character, I can look around them and they stand here and they look really cool, and I can toggle the UI so that I have a clean one and I can take screenshots from here and I can record this and use it in my videos. There's also one for cameo characters because the customization for fighters and cameos is separate. But wouldn't it be cool if when you're in photo mode, the main photo mode, if you can add a cameo character behind your main character? That should be an option. That should be somewhere in the UI that you can add a cameo character in the background and then toggle through them. So it's like, oh, I want to see what Scorpion looks like, what Scorpion and Sub looks like. And then you can get them to do different poses. I don't get why this is so bare bones and it's good and it's fine. but there's so much that they can do with this photo mode that will help content creators. Mostly it's content creators, I'll be completely honest. But there are pro players who also make content. Like Video Games Yo does a synergy guide, a cameo synergy guide for Shao Kahn, where he'll put a picture of the cameo or a video of the cameo and the character next to each other. And of course there's a seam in the middle because you can't seamlessly put the two together. Why don't they just add that functionality into the game? And then you can have, like, because there's different win poses if you win with a cameo brutality versus a regular brutality or a fatality. All of that could be added into this photo mode, and then you can get all these really cool shots on the fly without having to go into a game and simulate it every single time. It's similar to like fatality practice, the fatality practice mode, so that you can get to fatalities faster. I think that's a really cool thing, and this would be a way to get to really cool just images, graphics, and content faster. So yeah, I think they should definitely do that. And then something else that they could add on once they implement this change, because it's a really good change, they could do the same with your character card. Up here you see all these different character cards I got. These ones here are for cameo Scorpion, but then also I have ones for regular Scorpion, like up here. Some of them are on the left, some of them are on the right, some of them are in the center. Wouldn't it be cool if I could put a main character and a cameo character on the same combat card? That would be insanely cool. I don't get why they don't do that. And that these two things just seem like something that's not a huge game-breaking thing, but could add so much just to the like content, the visuals, and just how cool this game already looks. They can make it look cooler with what I feel like is a very simple change, but I don't know because I don't make these games. All right, and then finally, all of that being said, that's all my criticisms of the game. Everything that I think they could still change and work on. But oh yeah, and then the biggest one is crossplay. The lack of crossplay at launch is very, very, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. All signs point to the fact that they are working on it, or at least they were trying to work on it at some point. I don't want to say that they were working on it and completely scrapped it, but that is actually possible because there has been no word. There was like something on the Steam page that said there was going to be crossplay in this game, and then it was taken off before the game dropped. It was added before the game dropped, and then it was taken off before the game dropped. So maybe it got removed, maybe they're still working on it, but crossplay is completely necessary. I have this game on PC and Xbox, and PC is, I haven't tried to play it online, but I've heard that the online is a lot harder to play. Netcode issues, but mostly because it's harder to find people. It's just like each individual console experience is made worse by the fact that it doesn't have crossplay. Like if it has crossplay, the Xbox version gets better, the PC version gets better, and the PlayStation version gets better. Let's not talk about the Switch version. They all get better overnight, basically. So I don't get why it's something that they wouldn't have. Except for the fact that I guess they're working on it. That is what I've always said. It doesn't make sense for them to not have it, but maybe they don't have it because they're working on it. I will give them that. I'll give them time, and I'll give them as much time as they need to improve the game, because my overall feelings on this game is that I really like it. I think it's really fun. I like it more than I liked 11, and I really liked 11. I like it more than I like 10 and 9, you know? And that is gonna bode well because I played a hella lot of those games. I mean, even like Injustice 2. I like this game more than I like Injustice 2. But I get that there are some features that those older games had that for some reason this one doesn't have. Like, it didn't have tagging combos at first. It still doesn't have crossplay like MK11 did. So, yeah, I'm going to be critical of it because I know how good it can be. And my overall like review of it is I still like it. Obviously, this video was about all the things that they could change, but I could have an even longer video talking about all the things that I like. And the fact that like I feel like it's elevated me as a player. Like now I'm really paying attention to the actual frame data, and I'm really paying attention to incorporating my cameo into my game. And now I feel like I can pick up any character and start really learning how they play. And like someone like, now I'm playing Scorpion. I said I was going to play Scorpion when the game first came out, but then when I first tried him, I was like, I don't know, bro. Now I really like this character. He's all, look. Okay, hold on. I gotta get used to the combo. Something like that. Something light. Like, bro, I just started playing him for real a couple days ago. And I just started doing that combo yesterday. And I feel like a Scorpion player already. Hating ass Havoc coming in here. Like, bro, what is up with you? But yeah, I think I definitely said everything I wanted to say about the game. My thoughts, the quality of life improvements that I think will make this game just, ooh, that was very well timed. Very well timed Sub-Zero. And while I said I wasn't going to talk about any balance changes, so far it seems like the balance changes we got. Oh, hold on, like this. Yo, I missed my button. I tried to do 2 1s. And I just got the 1. The balance changes feel good because it promotes more character diversity, more cameo diversity. Everyone is not just using Cyrax anymore. But also, I just saw a video with Sonic Fox playing Raiden Cyrax, so the duo is still good. They didn't get nerfed to, like, obsolescence. They still work and they still do a job. I'll probably actually even do a Raiden video pretty soon. Like that, I can't play. My one combo, y'all saw it already. You don't see it again. Okay, I messed it up there, but like I haven't even started trying to use the unblockable jacket combo. That's what I love about this game is the depth. And like layer 1 is figuring out how your character works. Layer 2 is figuring out how your cameo works. Layer 3 is figuring out their synergy and how to make them work together. Wow, I'm only using Jax right now because of that little damage buff, that grab at the end to add a little more to my combo. But he has some insane unblockable setups too. Damn, I was gonna try to finish in a cool ass brutality combo. All right, hold on. I'll run it back. I'll cut out the match, and I'll just show you guys the end where I ended in a cool ass brutality combo. I almost dropped it at the end. I forgot to smash down to get the brutality. Woo! See, that took a really long time. But my point with that was that this game, I like this game because of how satisfying it feels. Yes, some people say it's like casual friendly. Some people say it is raising the skill gap overall, or raising the skill level of casuals overall. I think the game is just satisfying, you know? It has a very good feeling of like, let's try and explore and let's see. And then when you try and explore and see, you get these really cool and satisfying results. It's like, now I want to hit that online. Now I want to continue to do that. I want to play my friends and hit them with that so that I can see their expression of like, damn, that was actually really cool. And I love this game because it's like, it's exploration, it's deep, it has depth, and it just looks hella cool and it's fun. So I think that once they implement a lot of these things, it'll continue to be all of that. It'll be more fun, have more depth and more exploration. And yeah, as far as the way that the balance patch that they just dropped is shaping up, it actually doesn't look bad. It looks like it's getting rid of some of the Raiden Cyraxes, obviously some of the Baraka Cyraxes, but that is not really, the characters aren't dead. It's just giving them, now they have to come up with a new game plan, and now they have to come up with a new cameo synergy combo that's going to do whatever it is that they need to do, because the old thing doesn't work. I really like that about it. I want them to continue to add to it instead of trying to snip it down and trim it down. I think make it bigger, expand on it, because you guys actually have a really good thing here. Some people can't see it because, I'll be honest, in certain categories, it's a mess. Online, when it first came out with the black screens, was a mess. Then with the player to advantage was a mess, but both of those things have been fixed. Then there was the infinite that Sindel had, but that has also been fixed. Then it was a bit of a mess with Cyrax, but it was still okay. It was still manageable for other players and other characters. And even that got fixed. So I'm very confident that they can fix the game up. Any problems with the game, that they can fix those up. And that the things that about the game that are good, they can allow them to flourish. And they can give more creativity and more opportunities for, you know, content creators, professional players, or people who just like to get on the game and mash the buttons. There was a moment where I felt like I ran out of content. Invasions mode was done, the shrine was complete, story mode was done, and really there was nothing else I could do but master up my characters and level them up and then play online with them. And I don't want that feeling. I don't want the feeling that there's nothing else to do. So I would love for them to continue to add things to do in the game, whether it's offline modes, online modes. Shoot, if it's like add test your might as a mode, so I can just do that when I'm bored, or motor combat, or chess combat, or whatever. I don't mind any of that, because that's just more stuff to do. And I'm not completely, you know, I don't feel like I'm done with the game. I've done everything, because I feel like when the next season comes in 10 days, everything is going to refresh. Invasions mode, Combat League, the Shrine. So I will be right there day one to see how much new stuff we get, to see how all the new updates do. I'll probably complete all of that because I'm a little completionist now. I'm a bit of a grinder. And then once I'm done and completed all that, we'll be back in the same position. So I'm hoping that there's supposed to be the Titan bosses added soon. I'm hoping that they can continue to add anything that's just more stuff to do, more fun to be had within the game. Adding something like a beat 'em up style mode in this, to me, seems like a no-brainer. I mean, it did so well in Street Fighter World Tour. In past games, there has been things like that. Like we had there was Special Forces and Conquest modes and mythologies and stuff like that. So making a little side mode tangent thing, I don't think that's too much to ask for. But, you know, it's another round. We'll see. I'll be playing this game for years to come. So if it changes for the better or for the worse, I will still be here. And I'll probably review again maybe in a year after the game dropped, or a couple years after the game was released. So that is going to be it for my entire opinions about Mortal Kombat, the state it's in currently, what it can do to get in a better state, and yeah, that's basically it. The too long didn't read. The short review is, I like it. I love the game. I'm having so much fun in it. I wouldn't play it if I didn't have fun in it. Like, it's really that simple. This game, you'll see me playing it a lot more in weeks to come. Shoot, you'll probably see a lot more Mortal Kombat 1 videos coming in the next couple weeks, because I want to hop back online. I want to get back into Fatality reactions. And then we got Omni-Man coming soon. So, yeah, you know, the hype train does not stop as far as Mortal Kombat 1. So I'm not getting off anytime soon. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Do me a favor really quick before we get up out of here. I know we talked about a lot of characters, a lot of fighting game items and UI and bug fixes and balance. But there's one combo you can hit me with, and it's pretty easy. The 3-hit combo. I need you to smash the like button like Ryu, spear the subscribe button like Scorpion, and kick the notification bell like Kazuya. Yeah, I drop videos every week, and I will be back with more. Check out my ECT live streams if you haven't already. Check out last week's video, which was a review and reaction to the newest Mortal Kombat animated film. I also have a reaction to Invincible Season 2 trailer, the Omni-Man reveal. We got some Starfield videos. We got an entire Mortal Kombat 1 playthrough, as well as 2 other online videos that I already shot with Kenshi and with Geras. Woo! That was a lot. All of that was a lot. But, you know, I had a lot of thoughts on my mind. I just had to get them out. This, like I said, it's a bit of a different video because it is a review. It is a retrospective. It is just us looking at the game for what it is. But, yeah, I'm glad that I did it because now I feel like I got all my thoughts out. I got my things out. If you, obviously, you guys have thoughts as well, go ahead and let me know how you feel in the comments. They don't have to agree with me. They don't have to argue with me. Either way, I'm fine. You know, I just want to hear what other people have to say. And I respect other people's opinions. Because while I think that all of the different currencies and stores in the game are fine because I can get everything I want for free, some people probably don't feel like grinding, don't feel like paying. So they have a lot more issues with it than I would. But, hey, to each their own. And, you know, no one opinion is better than another. It just works for different strokes for different folks. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I'm going to get up out of here, but I'll see you next time in another new one. Peace out.
His name is Johnny Cage.
Yes, it is.
His job?
Keep up the autographing.
Is acting.
I also like that we're getting a Johnny Cage focused movie.
But his passion is action.
I just want to know how you got so cool.
Who is this?
Truth is,